Hey guys, it is just after 5 o'clock on Wednesday the 12th, and I'm talking to you from Almeria. So you can see here where I am situated at the moment, and I've come down to the coast to get the heat. I'd had enough of the cold up in the mountains. But before I go any further, let me jump back and take you through the introduction, if you wish, what happened yesterday, and then I'll continue on with this. At about 2:30 on Tuesday. So, yesterday I checked into that little campsite in Zubria, just outside of Granada. Nice little campsite. Really enjoyed it. Simple, straightforward. Everything worked, and not expensive. Amazing, actually, when you think about it. I think it's €23 for the night, including my electricity. So €17 or whatever it was, €18 without the electricity. Right beside Granada. So I slept well, as you can imagine. In fact, I slept like a baby. It's the first time actually that I woke up this morning and it was bright. I normally would wake up at 6 o'clock and it doesn't get bright until 7:30 or so. But this morning I woke up at 7:45, which was really wonderful. So I had a great night's sleep and had my shower and shave, packed up the camper and hit the road. And as you can see, the camper, to show you well, all nicely cleaned. So I gave her a big swing after the dirt and dust of my mountaineering in the van. So I got this morning, I drove down to here by a little detour. So I drove down. This is a site that's about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes from the coast, maybe less, over in Almeria, which is, as you know, the warmest part of Spain. It was cold in the campsite last night. Granada's quite high up, and that whole area is getting cold. Nice enough during the day, 19, 20, 21. But boy, at night time it drops right down to below 10. And you know it in the camper van, So I decided enough of the Sierra Nevada, enough of the high mountains. I come back down near the coast and hike in the foothills here, which is what I'm going to do. So I drove over, and on the way I went to San Jose, which is right down the very tip of Spain. And I called into a garage there to get a problem with the van checked out. This is a problem I've had since I bought it, which is that occasionally, as I'm driving along, the glow lamp, the glow plug that warms up the diesel when you start off the engine in the morning, which should only come on to warm up the diesel and then should go off, and that should be the end of it. I'm driving along, it comes on, and all the power in the van just drops off dramatically. I mean, it doesn't matter, you can put your pedal to the metal, as the man said. It makes no difference. The power just you can go up to 4,000 or 5,000 revs and it just crawls along. So it happened to me on the motorway today. I decided maybe it's time to get it looked at. I thought maybe it was a problem with the fuel pump or the fuel filter or the injectors, either that wasn't getting gas. But it's not that. It wasn't that, clearly. So I went to this garage and he couldn't help me, but he referred me to somebody else. Really nice guy. And the cool as a cucumber, this guy came out, plugged his computer into the ECU on the van, and did his analysis of what was going on. And he came down and said, "This unit here," he said, "isn't working properly." He said, it's clogged. And so he unplugged it, gave it all a rattle, sort of cleaned it, plugged it back in again, and you could see the codes where all the errors were gone. So he told me to take up the motorway for a good hard spin at about 3,000 revs for about an hour, he said, to clear everything out. Now I didn't do that because the only motorway where it was going back the way I'd come already. But I drove as hard as I could to where I am now, which is about maybe half an hour north of where that garage was. So hopefully he sorts it, and if he has, that would be really something. It's been a real worry for me every now and again, because you're in an outside lane. It's happened to me once. I was overtaking the motorway in an outside lane, and all of a sudden the power died, and the car just slowed right down to about 40 miles an hour, and I'm now in the fast lane. So, very dodgy. And I thought it had gone away, the problem. I had it when I bought it first, intermittently, and then I thought it went away, and then it came back. And anyway, so maybe it's sorted, maybe it's not. He said that if it's not sorted, if the problem recurs, come back to him and he'll replace the part. He'll order the part, replace it. So over the next few days, I'm going to stay in this area, pretty much for this week actually. I'm going to stay in this area, and so I'll have an opportunity to take the van for spins and see if the problem comes back again, if the light comes on. And if it does, I'll have to get back to him and get it sorted. So I'm in this lovely campsite. Now it's in the middle of absolutely nowhere. You can see here on the map where it is. Absolutely nowhere. And it's all on its own. There's no town nearby. There's nothing nearby. And the pool is full of water, but it's closed. They closed the pool at the end of October. I mean, it's mid-20s here, and they've closed the pool, and the campsite is full of people. I mean, I don't know how many spaces they have here, probably around 300. And it's a big site. Very nice, like really nice facilities, really well developed. So I parked up, I came here, made myself a sandwich, had a cup of tea, had a sandwich, and I had some blueberries and Greek yogurt. And with them, I sprinkled seeds and things on top of them. Delicious. And yes, I'm going to chill here. I'm not going to do anything today. I'm going to chill. I'm going to read for the day and plan my walks. And tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think I'm going to hang around here. And there's some lovely walks. I'm going to try and get some decent walks. Not too hilly. I like no big ascents. I don't mind ascents. I don't mind climbing 200 or 300 meters. Or 400 metres. I don't want to be climbing 500, 600, 700 metres or 1,000 metres. And I don't want anything dodgy. I want some easy trail walking for a while. So I'm going to do that, plan out a few walks and try and get decent 20k, 20k walks in. I may go down to the beach and have a look around there, see what that's like. I think there's a coastal walk as well. I'm going to check that out. So I'm not going to post this until I actually go and do something. So it'll probably be tomorrow or Wednesday before I post something. There's Wi-Fi here, which is good. I'm not using Google Maps the way I was. I've downloaded Google Maps, so I'm saving on that, and I'm turning off my mobile data most of the time, only turning it on when I need it. I found out that my photos and everything, so every time I did a video, it was automatically syncing through my data roaming. And I was wondering, how could I be going through 15 gigs in 2 or 3 days? Well, now I know. So I still have about, of the 15 gigs I bought on yesterday morning, I now have 14.9 gigs left. So clearly I've sorted that issue out as well. So that's sort of the update. And again, as I said, I won't upload this until I actually have had a walk and I'll add that on. So talk to you soon, guys. So there you have it. My little journey down to Almeria. So today I had a really, really nice walk. Well, actually, before that, let me say I ate well last night. I drank a whole bottle of wine on my own, bottle of white wine, and boy, did I know about it this morning. I think I'm still in sort of recovery mode. I had a lovely chat with my brother Niall, which was nice. And so this morning I went for a walk, and you can see the walk here. It was I think recorded about 18k, but I forgot to turn off my watch occasionally when I'm stopping to do something. I forget to turn it on for a while, so probably about 19 or 20k. It was a really nice walk. Interesting walk. So I literally picked it up outside the campsite, and that wasn't the start point. That was somewhere along the walk, but that's where I picked it up. I did the loop, and it was a loop that went through these local mountains. They're really not big mountains. They probably rise a few hundred meters, and maybe 400 or 500 meters, but they are all volcanic. So quite a bit of history around it and around the area. And so the walk sort of took me up by riverbeds, along through little trails, through beautiful little towns, or not towns, hamlets, but done with the flat roofs, white buildings with flat roofs. And amazingly, they had these old water wheels. They're called blood wheels because they were actually driven by an oxen or an ass or whatever walking around in a circle. And they were Moorish in design. So the Moors brought these from Africa, where, of course, they'd little water and they had developed systems for drawing water up from the aquifer. And they're still intact. Some of them are still intact here. It's quite amazing. And there were also lots of windmills with no vanes. Very, very strange. But it was a lovely, lovely walk, that part. And then it brought me around the mountains over towards the coast. And for a cliff walk that was absolutely spectacular, albeit boring at the end. It's amazing. The first part was wonderful. I had these incredible views. I thought, wow. And then it sort of went on and on and on. So the views got sort of boring after a while, you know. And then back down to along the coast, along back to the beach and up to here. So a really, really enjoyable walk. And then I came back, had my shower and shave, whatever. I bought some food yesterday on the way. I bought a bag of prawns. This is like for my sister Noelle. And I bought a bag of prawns about that big. And it cost me, I think, €6 or €7. And they were frozen fresh prawns, uncooked. And I cooked them today. And they were big prawns, like that big. And I cooked them today. And I had them in a salad. And they were absolutely delicious. So I had my food. And I spent the afternoon chatting to the guys. There's a lovely guy, English guy, called Simon Wall. Or Simon Hall over there. And there's a Northern Irish guy from Omagh, although he's lived in the UK for years and years, in Stratford-upon-Avon, right next to him here, called Lawrence. Lovely guy. So, and by the way, he's driving a beautiful van. So more about that later. So I chatted the guys, read the paper, spent the afternoon Googling vans in Ireland and chilling. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday, and I'm going to get another walk in tomorrow. There's another nice 20k walk I'm going to do straight from here. And then in the region, right close by, I can just drive to in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. There's a whole series of walks. I'm going to stay here, I think, through to the weekend. The forecast is nice. It gets a bit cool in the evenings. You can see the temperature drops down to into the teens and a bit of a breeze. So it gets a bit cool, but it's lovely. And I'm stay for the week and do some more walking. And so that's sort of the update. All is good. I was next week. I have 2 more weeks before I have to come home. So next week, I'm not sure exactly what I might do. I might go further up the coast, move up towards Alicante, and do a bit of walking up there. I'm not really quite sure. I'm just going to do this week at the moment. I'm still sort of in recovery mode from my ordeal. And but the van is fine, I'm fine, and all is good. Talk to you soon, guys. Cheers.